All right, it is the day of the event. You have done all of this preparation and prep calls to get your team ready for this event. So the day of can feel a little crazy, but you've done all the prep work that you should feel confident in your plan. Um, and a lot of the prep work has gone into thinking about the customers or prospects or partners that will be visiting you at your booth. But don't forget about your internal team. So the people that are staffing the booth. Bring a little basket of goodies or things that they might forget about, whether that be mints, snacks, a phone charger, band-aids if someone wore new shoes, and there's a lot of walking at conferences. Just have little things that might help people out throughout the day. And then give yourself plenty of time to set up your booth. So don't show up right as the conference is starting, thinking that you'll have time to set up your booth real quick while people are coming in. Give yourself plenty of time. Get your swag and giveaways, or as Sienna was talking about, little papers or anything else that you might have to attract people to your booth. Get those set up and ready to go in a little basket. Same thing goes with Wi-Fi. So if you have that iPad that you're demoing on, or you're going to be playing a video on, make sure you get those set up and test the internet connection, or do your default plan to go to a downloaded video that you can play on a loop. And then you're going to be scanning people in. People are ready to have those conversations and stop by your booth. Most events and conferences now have a lead scanner app, and a lot of those have a functionality or an area that you can leave a note next to the lead. So this will make your follow-up 10 times easier if you even just take 30 seconds or a minute and write down a sentence or two about what that conversation was about when that person was talking to you at your booth. So you might think that you'll remember every detail about every conversation you've had that day, but it's a crazy day. You'll talk to hundreds of people. So leave a note and it'll make your life 10 times easier. Then if there's a break in your day that you can slip away from your booth, never leave your booth unattended, but take time to walk the floor. So back to the beginning when I said who's attending the event or who's sponsoring the event, go around and see those people. So whether it's customers, prospects, or even competitors, see what their booth looks like. How did they show up? Do you like their presence? It's just fun to see other people's ideas as well. Sienna, do you want to touch on the speaking sessions real quick?
Absolutely. And then one other thing I'd say about the competitors booth, if you think about it, they've chosen, similar to you, the like one tagline that they want to put out, and that's what they've put on their booth. It's a really good way to know what they're focusing on and where they're headed. So if they are changing their messaging, if they are changing use case or focus, most likely it'll be on their booth. Really good to like check that out. And if someone happens to be able to catch a demo, great. So the other thing to think about, and this could be something that those non-booth workers are in charge of, but know the agenda. As we talked about before, you've got customers, partners, prospects that may be speaking at an event. It's usually the draw of the people who are hosting that they don't want to just hear from vendors all day. They want to hear from customers. They want real life stories. They want ROI. They want use cases. So make sure you take the time to understand who in your kind of network of folks are speaking and have folks attend those sessions. Take pictures that you can post on social and tag that prospect or that customer. Um, Take notes so that you, even if you're not the sales rep owning that account, being able to share some notes so that someone could follow up and say, hey, someone attended your session. They said this one quote, this one subject was really interesting. It's a great way to connect personally and show that you've taken the time and effort to understand them and their business a little bit more. And stay after, introduce yourself to that person, as well as understand who that person's, what I kind of call handlers are. So, most likely someone from the organization that's putting on the event. So, we'll go back to maybe if this is a Microsoft event, most likely that person's AE is there with them, or an executive who is the executive sponsor of that customer or prospect is with them after the session or kind of helping move them along. And so you have an opportunity to not only meet the customer or prospect, in person, but the opportunity to meet somebody from the organization that's sponsoring an event that cares about this person. Might be someone you're able to set up a meeting after the fact with to learn a little bit more about their engagement with that customer or prospect, as well as other companies that may be aligned.